The question that's been brought up a lot about legal up and people who don't pick up after dogs litter one. So this case happened down the country, and has been talked about a lot by the local authorities and things like that, about this farmer looking through a bag of rubbish that was dumped on his, like, illegally dumped on his land. And he found the name and he put it up on Facebook. He put up where the bag was and everything. And he put up the person whereabouts, whereabouts, what town he came from, because it had his full address on it and everything. And obviously he got a good lot of backlash. The person that dumped it. His community were absolutely in uproar over it. And even he was in the local football club, and the football club really don't want anything to do with him now. And again, people might say that's the right thing to do or that's the wrong thing, but again, some people won't listen, and this is coming from somebody who's been dealing with this for the last 6 years. Some people just refuse to listen, and just let you make mockery out of laws, and make mockery out of the authorities, make mockery out of me, make me run around half the country to some people, just for the sake of just annoying me and annoying the council and annoying society, and that's all they are. They're just annoying society. And as simple as that, you just have to ask yourself, why do they do it? Because again, they're wasting their own time, they're wasting my time, but they're wasting more of their time. And I think the only way some people don't pay the fine. Half of the people in Cavan Mondo, with 600 letter fines, 640 letter fines last year. I think I fined nearly 50 people or something like that. I can't remember how many was for little fines I fined. But yeah, again, a majority of people who I find paid for it, paid dearly for it. But yeah, because again, the system doesn't really work, and I might just say straight, unless you have video evidence, because again, you can't accuse people in the wrong, God knows, I'm not suggesting that. But, it comes to a certain stage when people don't pay the little fines. Again, in England, which they do in the local councils there, they put up pictures of the person doing it, and put his name and everything, and just shame them. Really, just shame them. They don't do it again, and that works. And they say it does work in England, because when somebody does it, they don't do it again because they're terrified. Because again, it goes out to the local community, out to the local whatever groups they're in, and people don't like that. People don't like that. Because that money, believe it or not, we've spent last year 1.9 million Cavan County Council on cleaning up illegal dumping, for example. And that could have went towards, a person in a wheelchair, that could have went towards many good things for society. But no, we have to spend it on people being lazy and just being a nuisance to society. That's just putting it straight. And it could go to better things, but again, these people just are being selfish and just really just want to just pollute the environment, one thing, and just waste resources as much as they can, and just annoy the council, annoy me, and annoy anybody they can. And local tiny town volunteers, they don't care. Simple as that. Some people don't care. Some people do care. As I was saying, but last week, somebody handed in a video recording to me, of somebody dumping McDonald's me. Now I was in touch with that person, and he took full responsibility. He got a fine of €150. But he took full responsibility and he paid it straight away. He took full responsibility and he wrote a letter of apology. So again, it just goes to show you there's some people who are really, really apologises for it. And then there's some people just couldn't care less. And it's simple as that. The people who couldn't care less, again, these people need to be shamed. And this is my opinion, because again, that's the only way they're going to listen, if everybody just turns against them. And I know that's a harsh thing to say, but again, that's the only way they're going to listen. That's the only way they're going to understand they did something wrong. Because in life there's consequences again. As I was saying, it's not nice. But like, I'm not getting paid. I'm a volunteer, little one with Cavan County Council. And a volunteer tidy. The last 6 years I've done over 5,000 hours. Majority of it's been taking up legal dumping, tires, things like that. It's not fair. It's not fair on people who have to go out every day and clean up after people who don't get paid. Again, you can understand some people in the council to get paid for it, but it's just not fair. It's not fair entirely, because again, it's repeatedly, again, in some parts of Cavan, some people come down from Monaghan, some people come down from the north and dump rubbish for tidy towns groups in Cavan to go out and pick it up. Like, like, honest to God, that's unacceptable. Which is why, it has been talked about that these people who are doing that should be put in prison, and I agree they should be put in prison. These people who literally go out of their way to annoy a voluntary organisation, by going from one side of the county, one side of the country to another side, in Dublin. Like, that's unacceptable. And the majority, actually, coming to think about it, this year, was allowed to leak it up, and obviously because of the lockdown and things like that. But this year, the amount of litter fines I handed out, the majority of them were in Monaghan, were in counties surrounding Cavan. There was barely, the thing that shocked me, there was only a few, really. There was only probably 20% maybe in Cavan that littered. It's in legal dumping. And the 20% of the cases are in Cavan. The majority of them come out from other counties to legal dump. And you just have to wonder why. You just have to really, really wonder why these people do that. Because they're wasting their own time and they're wasting everybody else's time, and they're being a public nuisance for Paul House. But I think they should be named the shame because obviously in England they're a lot more stricter, which is probably the best way to have it. And they're a lot more precise in their judgments, and obviously they have a lot more authorities over than we have. But yeah, I think that should be the way it should be. But anyway, take care everybody and bye.